Hello everyone, welcome to iExam. Today we have Pooja Narayan with us. She has recently cleared CBI Scale 2 Legal Officer exam. Many congratulations Pooja from the entire iExam team. And thank you so much for taking out time on our channel to share your story with us. Welcome Pooja. Pooja, can you introduce yourself to all first?
Yes, ma'am. Hello everybody. My name is Pooja Narayan, and I am a postgraduate in law. I did LLM in constitutional law, and I have recently also cleared UGC NET with JRF. And I was preparing for these competitive exams, which included judiciary exams as well. And through those links, through those views, I got to know about the exam for Central Bank of India is recruiting a law officer on the scale 2. So I just get into the details, then I searched for a good website, good coaching, and I came through the iExam B, and I think rest everything was handled by the team very well. So I just came to you.
Thank you so much. How did you prepare? First of all, let me tell you everyone that there is only one written exam and then there is interview. So Pooja, how did you prepare for the written exam?
Since the syllabus for the CBI is quite lengthy, when we go to the it's the legal field, so the questions in legal cover almost around 15 to 20 acts, and then we have computer knowledge and the general knowledge portion as well. So my main agenda, my main focus was basically on the law, because more questions were asked from this section, around 50 questions. 50 questions
from
60
law,
questions.
20 from GA,
20 from GA, and from computer knowledge, 20 for computer knowledge. So I prepared first. I took up all the acts which I was not aware with, like the SARFAESI Act, the Negotiable Instrument Act, the acts which were my difficult part. I personally felt that I'm not very good in these parts. So I just went first to understand these sections, these laws, and I attended the classes. I remember Vidhika ma'am teaching us Negotiable Instrument Act very well in the SARFAESI Act. So I attended your classes regularly, religiously, and I think that benefited me a lot. And then the iExam B, you all have a chapter test on every point. So I think there are like more than sufficient resources are available on your channel on the subject. I'm talking about only iExam B, not because you are interviewing me, but because this is the only through way, and this is the only pathway I knew, and that is how I completed this entire exam and got lucky to qualify. So I'm just talking about iExam B because I didn't study from anywhere else. So we have a lot of chapter tests are there, and then we have the full length mock tests, which are very helpful. And I will really say that there are like few questions, not few, I think there were a lot of questions which were, either directly or indirectly connected with the questions which you give in your mock test and your test papers. So that was very helpful, even though when we gave the preliminary exams, most of the students were of the view that exam was difficult. I don't know why I felt easy. So maybe that was the reason, because I studied from that. And then after I came to you for interview in the April, the mock interview, and my interview went very well. The entire panel was very helpful. They were very friendly, and it was not of a very long time. It was only for 5 to 7 minutes they took interview, and they asked questions like general questions like overview of the SARFAESI Act or the overview of the Negotiable Instrument Act. So they didn't get into the depths. They just remained that, what they were expecting, they were only asking that. They didn't get into the very difficult questions.
Okay, so I think overview was relatively easy. Our first lectures are mostly the overview of the act.
Yes, ma'am.
And what about the computer and general awareness part? Many students were worried about computer.
Ma'am, honestly, I was also very worried about the computer, because the computer knowledge was very difficult. The portion was very difficult, but I completely relied on whatever material was available on the iExam B. I went to the notes which were available. I went to the tests. I did test 2-3 times so that I was aware about the questions, and I think computer was the only portion where I attempted the least number of questions. So because there is negative marking, so I just because law was my strong point, so I made sure that I'm attempting most of the question from law. Then I went to the GK and then to the computer knowledge. GK also, I have completely relied on the notes which were available on your site and the chapter test. I think chapter tests are available of every 15 days. It's there
Yes, we
on
have a fortnight
every
quiz.
15 days. Yes. So
Yes.
I just went to all those chapter tests, and they were very, very good, because I think every 15 days there are like 2 tests, and it's of 50 or 75 questions. So I think that was sufficient for covering 15 days of general knowledge. Those questions were sufficient.
Okay. And during your preparation, did you encountered any problems, any issues which you think you can guide the students about?
I think one of the major issue with which anyone would face is like seeing the length of the syllabus. Syllabus is very lengthy. We have like, and anybody like me, I was preparing for judiciary, so banking sector was very different zone for me. I didn't know ABC of banks, like nothing about banking, and economics and finance is like my least favorite part. Really. And never went to all these acts and also the surface and negotiable, they always scared me. So I think anybody who is coming from judiciary side, so they might get scared about seeing the acts and the length of the syllabus, because it's very lengthy. But I think my biggest suggestion to anyone is to stay calm and pick up the subject which you feel you are least prepared. Like for me it was surface, so I picked up surface first, so study it. And I think time was also very less, because I got to know about this exam in December mid, and the exam was on 22nd January. So time was also not very, there was not a lot of time, so that was also an issue. So always pick up the subjects which you feel you are not good in. Like normally people suggest that go for the subjects which you feel you're good in, but my strategy throughout my life has been to go with the subject first which I'm not good in, so that's clear, that subject is clear from the part, then I can do what I'm good at. It's not a problem then.
Right. And there were many questions from company law, as I have heard.
No, ma'am, not a lot of questions from company law. In CBI exam, there were not a lot of questions. Whatever the questions were, they were very basic questions from the company law. I think company law is one of the subjects which scares us a lot.
Yes.
It's so
Very
lengthy. Very lengthy. So it scares us a lot. But fortunately, there were not a lot of questions from company law this year. And whatever the questions were, they were quite simple. If you have studied the basics of company law, it will you will be able to solve it easily. No problems with that.
Okay. Any other suggestions for other aspirants?
My only suggestion would be that I have been giving competitive exams ever since I've graduated in 2016. So I have given UP Judiciary. I went to the interview round of UP Judiciary. I have given Delhi Judiciary mains. So and a lot of CLAT also, and few times judiciary exams also, which I didn't clear. Then I have also given SEBI for the second round. I went to the second round of the SEBI. And my only suggestion will be like, just don't give up. If you want something, it will come around.
Success
some
will
way
find
or
you.
the other. Yeah, success will find you. And when people say, like, even when I was preparing, and people used to say that, do not give up. Your dreams will come success. It will come true. And I will used to like, no, it's not true. If it was, I would have gotten my dream. But truly, standing from right now, the place where I'm standing, I can tell you, if you're dedicated towards your dream, don't give up. It will come true. It will eventually.
Okay, that's really a very good note to end on, Pooja. Thank you so much, Pooja, for taking out the time, and many congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, and thank you, really, Vidhika, ma'am. Thank you very, very much, because I will forever be indebted to you for what you have taught me.
Oh, I am
always
honored.
stay with me. It will always gonna stay with me. With I exam B, I will always connect Vidhika Bansal with it. Always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.